Alright everyone, so Prehistoric Planet 2 is finally out and I've been able to watch the first two episodes. Now if you have already seen episode 1 and you'd like to skip to what happens in episode 2, make sure to skip to the 3-minute 15 mark. That's right, I got you guys. But besides that, we'll be going over both islands and then the Badlands at the 4-minute mark. So yeah, islands, we'll go over that first. Starts off with a little tiny pterosaur floating on its little raft, and it's about to be attacked by a mosasaur. Similar to the Zalmoxes, it was also on a raft, but it jumps off onto an even bigger raft island, which by raft, it is like an island. It's not like, a man-made raft. And yeah, it finds its mate and, well, not mate, it just opposite gender, so it probably will be a mate. But then we skip over to an even bigger island that has hadrosaurs on it, and they're little babies. However, very soon they end up under attack and, they eat one of the babies because this show does not mind killing its multiple babies. There are a lot of babies that just die in the show, but oh well. Yeah, so the Hatzegopteryxes come in, and they come in later in the episode. We'll go over that. But then we skip to Madagascar where we see the Sinosaucus, very cute, very funny little guy. I love it a lot. And it turns out the Majungasaurus is hunting it. However, some have been able to burrow underground, but this guy got very unlucky and was out in the open. However, he's able to do the thug shake. He does the booty shake, swings his tail around, and it scares off Majungasaurus enough for him to run away. And then we skip to a mammal, and personally, I'm not the biggest fan of mammals. I understand they were there in prehistory, but I'm kind of here to watch the dinosaurs and pterosaurs and the aquatic reptiles and all that. But it's fine. We go over that. It has some babies and stuff, but those babies almost get hunted by this thing, the Siacosaurus. However, luckily for the babies, they are saved by an even bigger predator, the bigger fish, the snake Matsuya, and that kind of just strangles the Siacosaurus to death, and it's all over for that guy, unfortunately. But what happens next? Well, we go to the winter island kind of place where the, swift predators, the thieves, not really thieves, they're kind of just after this meal. However, this meal is faster than them and can outrun them. And then to end the episode, we get this scene. Very funny. Kind of funny, I don't know. So yeah, this is the Hatzegopteryx from earlier on in the episode. It carries, the little baby hadrosaur. It's like, look, I made a kill, let's do it. And then it fights off a rival male, and then they make babies and happily ever after, I guess. Oh my god. Anyway, we move on to episode 2, which I'm sure most of you are here to see, because I'm sure most of you have seen episode 1 by now. But we start off with these sauropods in a barren volcanic landscape where they lay their eggs, for which the babies will return at a later point in the episode. But speaking of babies, we get to witness the Velociraptor babies, and they are the most adorable things. Look at them. I'm going to get a close-up because then we get to see them next to their parents. Like, look at this. Look how cute this is. Oh my goodness. And this is the little baby Velociraptor standing next to its parent. You can see the foot on its left. And oh my goodness, it's just so cute. And obviously they have to, make a meal for their babies. But yeah, here they are here. You can see the size difference. It's just, it's amazing. And they're so adorable, even with the parents next to them. Just the sheer smallness of them. But yes, as I was saying, they have to make a kill, and that is when the sauropods come in. So Mamenchisauruses, Titanosaurs, they're all traveling through. However, they're obviously pretty big for Velociraptors to take on alone. So luckily for them, there is a distraction, which would happen to be the Tarbosauruses, which are hunting them down as well. There's about 3 Tarbosauruses. They get a hold of one of the smaller Titanosaurs, so unluckily for them. The Velociraptors do not scavenge on those kills, but instead on the Preinocephalae that are following the massive sauropods. So yes, the Preinocephalae are in trouble, and the Velociraptors, they decide to split up the Preinocephalae from their pack which then the Velociraptors chase them in a very cool chase scene. And the Prehistoric has no idea what's about to happen or what's coming, because a Velociraptor kicks it off the side of a mountain and it falls to its death. Very unfortunate for the Prehistoric, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Next up, we skip over to the Coerithraptor, that's right. They are protecting their eggs, but we have a cooler Velociraptor relative going after those eggs, and then it brings the eggs back home to its own offspring to learn how to hatch, or not hatch, to break the egg and then eat the egg. So not a happy ending for the Coerithraptors, but a good ending for the coolers. Now, we're back to Prehistoric, and they are drinking from an oasis. However, a visitor comes into their home and they get a little bit feisty. That is the Tarchia, I believe is how you pronounce it. And they're not happy. They're like, oh, this is our oasis, get out of here. And they all start a fight with the big guy. But they prove to be just like little nuisances, as Tarchia proves just how strong and defensive it is. Even though multiple are ganging up on it, they all eventually leave the Tarchia alone. And then the Tarchia has to fight another Tarchia for the oasis, but luckily it has a friend that helps it out, and they decide to mutually just drink from the oasis together. But yes, as I was saying, the babies do make a comeback. The baby sauropods from the beginning of the episode, they go on a migration after they all hatch, but before that they decide to eat Dookie. That is right, they eat their adults, crap, and it is good, like, nutrients for them and all that. So yeah, they just have a go at that. But then they leave that place, and that is when the predators arrive. The Rajasauruses, 2 of them to be precise. There are 2 Rajasaurs, and they go after the babies. Now, the babies are pretty easy meals. However, luckily for them, the lava cracks, they manage to hide into them, and so it proves to be a little bit hard for the Rajasauruses, but not overly hard, because the Rajasaurus manages to get quite a feast, and like it just goes full out on the babies. And here we go, the 2 Rajasauruses together. But luckily for the babies, not luckily, because some do die, unfortunately, but however, I do believe majority of them managed to escape. It was something like in the hundreds numbers, and they get to go off into the forest, and they all live happily ever after. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more of these. Episode 3, 4, and 5 still to come out. I will do a video on them. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to check them out later, and I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.